So yeah, we spoke earlier and we said as armchair gaffers, let's put together our England 11.
I got the best team.
Well, it doesn't matter
There was
because we've compiled it anyway.
Some interesting votes.
Alright.
Yeah, we could get back to some of the rogue shouts. But I've got the 11 here.
I've got the two. Wait, hold on. I've got the two coldest shouts.
Like I said, it doesn't matter
It's
because they've been compiled.
It's a game of opinions.
Because this is what happens. I'm telling like we've had to do this thing. I've made 2 sick shouts, but these lot are on this England thing.
Okay.
They're on this. It's like what the media
The armchair gaffers will decide whether or not these 2 shouts, which you're soon to see, are like, because I've got my own views on them, but I'm just part of the background stuff. So, the England 11, which we came to with combined votes, we started off with Nick
formation.
Pope.
Formation.
Oh, sorry. And it's a 3-5-2. We want to kind of mirror what Gareth Southgate is doing at the minute and what will lead to England winning Euro 2020.
Of course.
2021.
Yes.
So we've got Nick Pope.
I didn't vote for him.
I didn't either.
I get the shout. A very consistent goalkeeper. Doesn't really get the plaudits that he deserves, I don't think.
Gets none.
Goes under the radar, yeah.
I did vote for him.
He was in contention.
So it just was me.
What kind of
I
manager
did
was
vote
that?
for him.
But yeah, it was in contention for the Golden Glove. But for some reason, nobody ever says, "Oh, let's start Nick Pope." I never hear like an appreciation society for Nick Pope.
I've been shouting it.
Could be the team.
Huh?
That's exactly what it is. I was going to say that.
It's
Yeah,
just the team,
It's his
isn't
club
it?
team.
Stupid cookie monster.
And then our 3 centre backs were Joe Gomez of Liverpool.
Yes.
Yes.
We have Harry Maguire.
This guy, bro, that just tells you the state of England's defensive
I
situation.
am convinced Harry Maguire will find good form again. However, he is in a mire at the minute. And I can understand why people are baffled, at his inclusion at the minute. He's not in the greatest vein of form. But he was in all of our teams.
Yeah, that's but
That's the
I
problem.
feel like he's there. Like, do you know how bad it is?
I didn't pick Maguire.
It's the issue.
I didn't pick Maguire. What does that say?
It says fridge. Is that
Oh,
fridge?
yeah.
Yes, sorry, I
Is that Maguire?
had to go back to Jess because most people write the surnames of the players or maybe the first names, but Jess wrote fridge and I needed clarification on it.
No, it was a type. It was
Gomez and fridge. He
autocorrect.
did. He had fridge.
The third centre back
This is
complete our
interesting.
back line was Conor Cody.
I
I
can
voted
see
for
that
him.
shot. I can see it.
Comfortable in the free, isn't he?
Yeah, plays it all the time. Former centre midfielder, so he's very good on the ball.
Do you know what I didn't take into consideration
Mhm.
when I was doing mine? And I did actually take it into consideration. That's why I picked the third centre back that I picked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I forgot the fact that Cody purely plays in this formation. So in theory, out of most of the choices,
If anyone is,
he'd probably be the best.
yeah,
Come on.
SP doesn't miss. I guess the obvious shouts, and I think everybody voted for these 2 fullbacks in the 3-5-2. We've got Chilwell on the left.
I didn't vote for Chilwell.
Sorry, not everyone. 3 of the 4 of us voted for Chilwell.
This is what I'm saying. This is that.
Benjamin.
Who did you vote for at left back, Scorch? I can tee it up. He has 1 England cap so far.
Zigzagger, you know what I'm saying? Big zigzagger.
Why did you go for Saka as your left back ahead of Chilwell, Shaw, Kieran Trippier, who is now left back when it comes to England? Why do you think Saka should start ahead of those guys at Euro 2020 in 2021?
It's exactly what Jess was saying.
You lot agreeing for once?
We always agree.
It's a once every now and then. But sauce. It came down to a simple decision of sauce.
Okay.
And I just looked at Chilwell, and like Chilwell is he's good,
Mhm.
competent, steady. He's got ability, he makes good decisions, reasonable technique, all these things. But what he doesn't have is sauce.
Okay.
And Saka,
Has an abundance of it.
drip, drip.
Good trim. Yeah, have you heard him speak?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's like very, very relatable.
You know?
So I like Saka, but I don't know if that's enough for him to start in.
I'll be honest.
in my team.
If I be really honest,
Mhm.
yeah. What is Chilwell better than Saka at? I'm not saying Saka's better than Chilwell. I'm saying, what is he better than Saka at?
He is better at honing one position, I'd say.
That's what I was gonna say because he is an out and out fullback, whereas Saka is
He's
just
yet to decide.
a
Where
football
is-
player.
He's
I never. You lot are
They
just
plug
dance.
gaps.
You lot are dancing around the question.
I think he's a
What is
left
he
mid or
better
left back or left
at?
wing back.
Apart from that being his actual position,
he's
that
a better
played in his whole
complete left back
Yeah.
than Saka.
What he wants is an attribute, crossing,
Yeah.
speed.
Because I know
heading.
what Scorch you're going to refer to. He's going to refer to the assists. And yeah,
Stats.
Saka is probably, what is it, the second best assist.
You know?
Blah, blah, blah. Playing in Europa League.
You know, young
I guess
zigzagger.
it counts now. But no, I'm still leaning towards Chilwell because he is a left back, has played there for as long as I've watched Chilwell. Saka has played here, there, and everywhere, and I don't see him as a left back
Do you know what though? One thing I will say
in
is
5 years' time.
I totally get like everybody's opinion on Chilwell. To
Mhm,
me,
mhm.
like that's the sensible thing. My thing with Saka is this: if you got a more defender type wing back on the other side, you can afford to have a more offensive one on it. And for me, I see Saka as a very exciting prospect for the future. And I feel like in teams like this, you need a bit of balance of a bit of both, a bit of people that have been there, done it,
Mhm.
and ones for the future.
The little wild cards. The Theo Walcott coming along
Yeah.
with his shin pads in his hands. He's going to wear a bib for the whole tournament, warm up at half time, but he's never going to come on. Big up Svengo and Eriksson on that. Our right back.
Can we just say it and then just move on? Okay?
Mr. Deliveroo.
Who is it?
Trent.
Who do you think it is?
Mr. Deliveroo.
It's got to be Trent.
It's got to be Deliveroo.
It's Trent.
Can we
Ahead
say it and
of-
move
It doesn't have to be Deliveroo, actually. You know?
Does you see him in training the other day?
ahead
No.
of many other right backs. But yeah, he was the resounding choice.
Big up Tariq, though. We just have to just give him a little shout out.
Yeah. Your time soon comes still.
Don't worry, Tariq.
Moving into the midfield, we have Declan Rice in the holding position.
Techers.
Who voted for him?
He had one vote. However, from the votes
He's
that
got
came in,
one vote. I was
and
only-
no, and I chose him as well.
Oh, so
Oh,
yeah.
so then
Right.
it's 2 out of the 4.
Okay.
However, there wasn't another, I guess, candidate who plays solely that role. So he was head and shoulders above of the defensive midfielders.
I need to know who just voted. If I hear Eric Dyer,
Well, do you want to hear both my votes? for
Who did you
midfield?
no,
vote? Who
just,
did you
just,
vote
just
for?
a more defensive one, if there was one.
Well, I played double pivot because I'm from the continent. So
Pivot.
okay.
We're dropping all the cliches in.
I played.
Wait. Should Dan say the second first?
So the way I've got it set out here is as a 2 fullbacks. There's 3 midfielders. There's 1 pivot.
a single pivot.
Yeah.
We don't do that in the continent.
And the people who are getting through the work with Decky Rice, Jordan Henderson was in all teams.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go
How you
wrong.
gonna
A winner
you
now.
need the
He's
engine?
got the winner tag as well now.
Yeah.
Champions
Yeah.
League.
And
Premier League,
if you need
Club
a
World Cup.
cross from in your own half, he's got you.
Wait, hold on. A cross from in your own half.
Yeah.
No, because you're thinking of it the wrong way.
Mhm.
So if the goal's that way, you're thinking of him. No, you have to aim that way.
And then it's going
And then it's
down.
going-
You see it?
It's an area percentage ball. Big
done.
up Jordan Henderson for being in everyone's team. Jack Grealish completed the midfield 3.
Sneaky though.
See, I don't mind that because
Sauce.
I picked those two, Hendo and Grealish.
Mhm.
But my third one was a player that is massively disrespected. Jack of all trades, master of all trades too.
Master of
Jake
all
Livermore?
trades.
Wow.
Still getting through some good work in the prep.
No,
Yeah, I have
it's
no-
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Do you know what?
No bad shout.
When you posted that in the group, I was like, I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going with it.
Another thing, guys, being from the continent, if you look at the teams that have done well historically in international tournaments, they had a large number of players playing for one or two teams.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to pair
relationships.
Hendo and Ox for
You're looking at it like a FIFA Ultimate Team chemistry.
Yeah, Greenlands.
I don't play FIFA, so I don't know what that means.
SB.
Yeah, don't worry.
will swear.
The ultimate
Green
team
suit,
section's
green
coming
lines,
soon.
yeah?
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Green lines.
I'm gonna tell you about that one.
Okay. So the Chamberlain shout can't be based on form.
No. Okay. Chamberlain, he doesn't have form because he plays 8 games and gets injured, so he doesn't have form.
Where's he now?
But you think that's okay for tournament football playing
Playing 8 games.
8 games in
Yes.
2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, he'll be alright. Don't
Do
worry.
you know what?
Workload.
If it wasn't form, what were your actual reasons for picking him?
No, that was it. Seriously, because he's a good player, but him and Hendo they work together.
It was more about the relationship than individual attributes for Ox.
No, I can't say that because as an individual, he can shoot, he can pass, bags of energy. His position awareness is great because he's played left wing back, he's played right mid, left mid, played in the hole, played centre mid. So
What is Oxlade-Chamberlain's best position? for you?
I think they call it a Ramdauter.
Oh my God.
He's not a round doiter, bro.
Ramdauter.
Moving on, so we've got 2 more spots. It will be the 2 players occupying the forward positions, and one of them is.
Hold on one sec. Are we just gonna rub out?
We're gonna come back.
What?
We're gonna come all the way back for some honourable mentions.
I got what? All right, cool. Sorry.
We have Harry Kane.
Kizza.
You can't not pick Harry Kane, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's like in that kind of the way you kind of have to just pick him.
You have to pick him. Think about Harry Kane as a manager, okay? Let's say you say to yourself, all right, he's not ideal for the way I want to play. So you leave him out, yeah?
Mhm.
And you don't win. You're going to get slated.
You're
in the
done.
media. You're
You're
done.
done.
You're done.
Pochettino Champions League final.
You had to pick
He
him.
was shook.
You have to pick him. If he's even 70% fit, you
I
have to pick
I
him.
agreed with Pochettino including him in that game, by the way.
Because you're a madman.
After the Lucas Hay.
You can play both, but having a player as good as Kane, you can't afford to have him sit out of a Champions League final because who knows when you'll ever be back in that position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Especially with
don't
Tottenham
bench
as well,
Kane.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my fault. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
happening.
last spot is for. Who do you think it is?
Raheem Sterling
You've nailed it in one, Jess.
from the continent.
Golden boy. So yeah,
Whoa.
Raheem Sterling. So
Because he has to play, and this is an example of England doing what England does and just forcing someone onto the pitch because
Mhm.
they have to be on the pitch.
You're him.
Yeah, he has to be on the pitch.
Raheem has to play.
He has to play.
So I guess the drama comes from players who didn't make it into our 11. I'm just going to run through it again. It's Nick Pope in goal, Connor Cody, Harry Maguire, Joe Gomez, Chilwell at left back, TAA at right back, Rice, Henderson and Jack Grealish, and Sterling and Kane. So let's go for the crazy shouts that we had. There was one shout for a Chelsea right back, but he was put into a centre mid position. Could the owner of that shout please step forward?
It's me, guys. It's me.
Wow.
Care to explain this? Because I don't know if any of the armchair gaffers at home would have included Reece James as a centre mid, and you had the captain's armband on him for some reason, but you can explain.
Oh, wait.
Skip.
That James was Reece James.
Yeah.
It wasn't
With the
James
armband.
Ward-Prowse.
With the armband as well.
I put James. They thought I was talking about James Ward-Prowse. No.
It wasn't
Even
James
Rodriguez.
Blake,
I
it wasn't
freaking
James
knew.
Rodriguez. It was Reece James.
James Rodriguez.
James.
Sorry, Reece James.
Nah, like, cause I'm in an RM about doing the opposite and putting Trent centre mid.
Okay,
But I was like,
it's a shout
nah.
we hear a lot.
I'll be honest. I was like, that's cap. That's like I heard he's centre mid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But personally, when I watch him, I don't see
You
that.
don't see those traits, yeah.
But James, I do see it. And I've been fortunate enough to see him play like up close firsthand.
Yeah.
But even ignoring that, I think he could offer quite similar to what Ox does. I think he could offer a very similar thing, but
Impossible.
maybe even more.
Impossible.
Hey.
Maybe even more.
Impossible.
But yes, that was.
He's
that
only
was
going to
my
offer
shot.
one thing.
Cross.
Good cross.
From centre mid. Well, I guess if
Hendo.
can do it.
You like.
You can't call it a cross if it's in centre
Of
mid.
course
you can.
There is a big
Jess.
uh,
KDB.
elephant in the room. It's an MBE-sized elephant.
Oh,
Marcus Rashford
Crazy.
received 1 vote.
That's not
from votes that came into me.
That's not the elephant.
Am I the only one that voted for
There's
Rashford?
another elephant, and he also received 1 vote. So yeah, it is the Rashford and Sancho duo, which is coming to Old Trafford sometime soon in the future. Fingers crossed. But yeah, both of them only received 1 vote from you guys.
I don't get how you look. How I was the only person that put Sancho in
Same for Rashford for me.
Sancho's recent England performances have been below par.
Yes.
that's because he hasn't
Yeah.
got Hakimi. Scorch, tell him, please.
Bro, no Hakimi, no party.
No party.
Party after party.
No, the thing is, yeah,
Hakimi.
the reason why I didn't put him there is just to highlight the fact that this system works for the collective, but not the individual. And there's not enough individualism in the England squad. All the great teams have an individual that stands out. You go back over time, you see that the France team of '98 had Zinedine Zidane. The Brazil team of 2002 had Ronaldo. The German team, that's not an individual team actually, so I've got to take that back.
Schweinsteiger was kind of.
Tony,
Kind of.
He's in
But
his
you
bag.
wouldn't-
Thomas Muller was in his bag, top scorer at that World Cup.
Tony Kroos was a problem
Yeah.
in that World Cup.
Nah, they had a
Yeah.
good. You know what? They had a good crop. They just bullied it.
But more often than not, you need a few individuals there, and this system does not gear towards individuals.
Do you know what? For once in a long time,
Mhm.
I look at the England setup and I'm like, even though it's not balanced, like so for all of their deficiencies at centre back or whatever,
Yeah.
Again, when you go a bit forward, it's like bloody hell, someone's got to get left out.
And that's what you want, though.
As a manager,
Yeah.
it's
It's a good space to be in.
great- it's a
Got-
great thing.
got
options.
Quickly before we move on from our England chat, on the way here, I was listening to another podcast. I won't mention it because we're not giving out free advertisement. But the topic came up: is this golden generation better than the previous golden generation? Discuss in a minute.
Who was the keeper we had in that golden generation?
Seaman.
Seaman.
Was it
wasn't
James?
Seaman.
No.
It was
No.
David
James.
James,
It was David
and
James,
Paul
wasn't it?
Robinson
Rob
and
Green.
Rob Green.
Oh yeah. It was
Centre
bad.
back, it was.
No, we did. We had Rio.
Terry and
This generation can't chat to that generation.
Nah.
Not at all.
Scholesy, Gerrard, Lampard,
Ashley Cole.
Ashley.
Is there an argument to be made, or is it just
Glenn
totally
Johnson.
no?
I can't see it.
Wazza.
I
Ooh,
can't
Wayne
see it.
Rooney, that
In
Wayne
his
Rooney.
prime.
Yeah, sorry, no.
Lampard, Gerrard.
Yeah.
Like, when I look down at this paper, what I don't see is bare gun, man. Like I see like players I like, players that are good, but when I look at the other team, I'm like, yo, this is a guy.
There's a few Premier League winners there now.
Yes.
There's players that have been around. There's a couple Champions League winners there. There's a Premier League top scorer. There's Aston Villa's most exciting player since Juan Pablo
But
Angel.
do you know what it is though? That's because those players have to, like, someone has to be those players. Not necessarily because I don't know all of those players are. Like Maguire's like the most expensive centre back. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's not even, and I don't say that as a slight to him. Like,
He didn't choose his transfer fee.
like how long has Trent been popping?
3.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and this is not me saying these things like as they're derogatory.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you look at the other golden generation, you just see 30 names with 30 careers.
SB?
We'll see. We're gonna see.
Do you think there's the potential for them to be better or go further? Well, they got to a semi-final.
There's a few players that's in the new generation that I think Phil Foden's, the Mason Greenwoods.
We go.
I think England made a mistake back in the day when they got Sven in because they thought, the Italian way was the way forward. If they had got a German in, it could be a very different England we're looking at now.
If we had better coaches, I think England could have done better.
I'll never forgive Sven for playing Scholes on the left field.
What a violation.
That's a different conversation. Armchair Gaffers, let us know your combined England 11. Have we got it wrong? Should we have left Rashford out? Who shouldn't be in our team? Should Maguire start? Should Gomez start? Is Nick Pope better than Henderson and Pickford? And also Darlow, who's doing a bit at Newcastle. So yeah, please let us know. And you can hit us up, on Instagram, which is AC Gaffers, on Twitter, AC Gaffers, and hit us in the comments section on YouTube, and it's Armchair Gaffers.
Can I just say as well, Gomez, we like you, but we are noticing.
We're watching.
We're watching.
Joe.
We're not gonna like. Yeah.
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 Joseph.
Moving on. Last Friday, we had the news announced by the Premier League that matches not picked for TV coverage will be shown on BT and Sky Sports box office channels, with fans being charged $14.95 for the privilege. The arrangement will be reviewed at the end of October. Half of the games, as I said, will be on BT and then the other half on Sky. Clubs are said to have voted 19-1 in favour of the move. Do you know which team voted against it?
Leicester it was, wasn't it?
SB, you're doing your bits. You're doing your bits. Gary Neville said this is
he's trying to get.
He's gaffer of the week.
He's trying to get out of the chair.
Points
He's trying to get out of the chair.
Gary Neville tweeted saying, this is a really bad move by the Premier League to charge $14.95 for single matches that have been shown free for 6 months. Loads of different fan groups were kicking off. I am of the opinion that they may review it quicker than the end of October, but we shall see. Lads, what are your views on this? Do we think football should be free for the foreseeable future?
Where does the money go to? The broadcasters or the clubs?
I think it will be a split between the two.
Because the clubs need money. Getting no fans in the door, they need money. I mean, in the continent, we wouldn't have this problem, but
What? Because clubs don't have financial issues in Europe.
SB. What?
I watch Total Sport Tech. I don't know about some of these.
What?
So it's funny you are pretending to illegally stream things.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. No, I got Sky and BT that don't
course.
think I do the
Because
streaming thing.
a
now,
lot
so-
of publications today were saying that this is going to lead to an increase in illegal streams. Scorch, what are your views? Do you think football should be free whilst we're going through this crazy little period we're in?
It's a tough situation, but
Mhm.
I can see ultimately it turning people away from football, and the thing is ultimately it's only going to impact the clubs even more,
Yes.
because this is the simple facts of it. We're at a time where money's tighter than usual, and now you're potentially asking for more money from people at a time when they actually have less money.
Mm-hmm.
So in reality, no one's gonna go and rob a bank so they can watch your football match. They're just gonna,
Please don't do that.
yeah,
It won't be worth it.
they're just gonna probably not as well.
Not United fans.
No, we know.
So like in reality, they're gonna do one or two things. They're either gonna stream, which is tedious and long,
Mm-hmm.
or eventually they're just gonna drift away from it. Just like they've made it so hard to watch like Spanish football in England now.
Yeah,
Like,
you
you gotta
just falls out of your life. Yeah,
like
Premier
they've
Sports.
made it so difficult for me to watch Spanish football. I can only watch X amount of games a week, whereas before I used to kind of watch even more. So I just think ultimately the impact of it is gonna spread further and further than just going to directly the clubs. You're gonna see boot sales go down and any other things that any
Are
other things
associated
to
with
do with
the
football.
football sphere. Yeah.
Interest in football will generally begin to diminish.
But the reasoning I understand is that those who can't make the games, who were going to go, will be willing to pay that money instead to stay at home. So I understand the reasoning, like these are people that would have forked out 30, 40 quid.
But this is this is where it gets techie
Mhm.
because and I agree with that, because their theory is obviously we don't need money from everyone. We just want money. We just want to get what we can get from those people. The people that would be going to games, let's get their money.
And they probably arrived at that number by doing some sort of calculation.
You get me?
And bearing in mind that ordinarily these games wouldn't be on TV.
Yes,
Anyway.
it should be noted, that there are still games which will be broadcast. You usually get your 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday, and you've got your
5.
evening game. And then you usually get about 2 on
And
TV
then
on
they're
Sundays.
giving us the 3 o'clock as well now.
So, and these are the ones moving forwards in
Right.
October, which are going to now cost us
Yeah.
$14.95. So we're going back to a world which we previously
Yeah.
lived in.
I think just the PR of give me some more P
At this current
in
moment.
this time.
And when you do think about subscriptions, sorry to interrupt, if you got your Sky, if you've got BT,
Everyone's got Netflix.
and then if you are a big fan, you got your Netflix, and then you got your Amazon when the games are on Amazon, and then if you want to watch a little,
AC Gaffer OnlyFans,
it's not
that too.
But
$1.99. When you add it all up, you could be looking at you're looking at maybe £100 plus, and then this is another $14.95 per game.
But having said that, though, and the more we speak about it, I realize that it's not going to be $14.95 every week. It's only when your team's game isn't televised.
So now it's a pick and choose.
Yeah, so I kind of understand why they reached that number, because on the face of it, I'd say if you just charge everyone $3.99, people aren't going to think twice. They'll pay it. But the issue is that you don't have to pay the money every week, because this week your game may not be televised, but next week it might.
That's pay-per-view money, though. You know, I used to watch Tyson Fury for them.
But you're only going to be paying the $14.95 maybe once or twice max.
Oh, no, but this is because all games are now able to be viewed. So you could watch your team every week for $14.95. Everything's televised at a price.
Yeah, see.
So now it's a choice.
And I just think it's just a black eye. Because it's the PR.
How do you spin it?
It doesn't matter how you explain it.
Ticket prices are already crazy.
Disgusting.
Paying for subscriptions for your sports packages is high already.
It's disgusting.
Football shirts.
I can't see.
They're about 60, 70 quid now. SB, what would be an acceptable price to pay? Something that wouldn't kind of annoy you, because $14.95, just by doing my research, seems a bit stiff.
Well,
what would be acceptable?
I don't pay £2 to watch Power, so it's a bit of a sticky one with me and my subscription. So, but sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah, how much would you be willing to pay? Like, what would you be like? That's cool. They're not asking for too much.
Probably about £3 to £5. Only on because the games that's going to be broadcast is not your so-called big games. All the big games will be televised on your Saturdays, your Saturday evenings, or your Super Sundays, or an early one on BT. So it's like, I'm paying for games that I was watching before because it was free.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to charge me. It's like, would I really want to pay that to watch this game that I wouldn't really care about watching? Probably watch on Gillette Soccer or something like that. So, yeah, £3 to £5 for me.
Jess, I know you're an advocate of the $14.95. What's the highest amount you'd be willing to pay for a one-off game?
In euros or in pounds?
In pound sterling, because that's what the majority of our viewers are.
You got to convert it.
Convert it again.
So £14.
It's like 1.10.
Carry on.
We need to actually research whether Jess is actually from the continent. We've never seen anything to say otherwise.
Man, I speak like 4 languages. How can I not be from the continent?
Well, you haven't shown us that yet.
You haven't asked.
All right, cool. What's the most you'd pay for a one-off game, Jess?
One-off game?
Mm-hmm.
I would pay and not feel no way about it.
Like, just cool.
£3.99 sterling. Yeah, and I'd be like, okay. Yeah.
Scorch?
Yeah.
I was gonna go bigger, but when you see just now when you were like, and not feel no way about it, that changes everything. Because I'm willing to pay £10.
Yes.
I'm happy. I'm willing to pay £10. But the key thing is not feel no way about it.
That caveat, very important.
You see,
that changes everything.
Changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
The minute we get to the £5 region, I need to know what's going on. I can't just keep doing this. I need to know what's going on. But you see, the joke is, you see $3.99. Bro, I'm a silly man. I might do that 100 times.
Yeah.
That's the point.
£3.99 is £4.
That's the point, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But £5,
You're pushing it.
you're getting this,
If, for example, let's just say you support a team and you pay your $14.95, and let's say randomly, this never happens, but let's just say your team lost, let's say 7-2 or 6-1. It never happens, but, how would you then feel having paid $14.95?
That's ridiculous.
moving on because I don't want to disrupt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that.
Don't you not think though? Yeah, it's possible though. Yeah, that don't you not think it's possible? Yeah, that and I'm a bit concerned about this. What if they start doing the scheduling to coax people towards having to buy.
And
because
why would we trust these organizations who are very, very money hungry and profit driven?
Yeah.
Because let's
Conspiracy
have it
theorists,
right.
you might see it.
If what are we gonna do if they go Man United, Liverpool, or Tottenham, Arsenal?
It's gonna be like BT. We're just
You're gonna
have to
cut
do
back on the cigarettes, the beers. You're gonna cut back on treating the missus if you're
You're
into
gonna
that.
start working it out like, because look, if I was down the pub, I would have bought.
Dude, that's 3 pints.
No more
Yeah,
Uber
yeah.
Eats. You're actually going to get up and go to the takeaway. In fact, you're going to go to the supermarket and just buy food and cook.
Yeah.
You start justifying.
That's a good point, man.
And the problem is,
Yeah.
do you want to know the realest problem about all of this? We're having this big conversation.
Mhm.
I know at some point
The 40.
I'm going to be that mug that spends 40.
I'm gonna spend all the money on it.
SB, we are them mugs, and we're gonna be talking about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about it.
Armchair gaffers at home, let us know, will you be paying or will you find other means of watching these games, i.e. CFAX, teletext, or like the updates on Twitter? Is $14.95 too much? What is the right price? Please let us know on our socials.